Hello again, I'm Pedro and I'm back with a few more IELTS tips for you. In this video we're going to focus on IELTS Speaking and in particular Speaking Part 1. So in Speaking Part 1 you'll be tested on your ability to talk about familiar topics connected to everyday life. The examiner may ask you questions about things such as your home, your family life, work and study, or hobbies. This part of the test should last for about 4 or 5 minutes and we'll start with introductions and an ID check. Being able to answer questions about your everyday life shouldn't be too challenging. And there's a reason why these topics have been chosen. Part 1 of the speaking test is to also help you settle into the test itself and calm your nerves. The questions are not there to trick you. Okay, so let's move on to your answers. My first tip is this. When answering the questions, don't give 1 or 2 word answers or just say yes or no. Remember that you are trying to show how well you can speak English. Short answers like those that I just mentioned don't really show off your English speaking ability. You really need to support your answers with reasons, examples, and explanations. Now imagine you're in the exam and you get a question like, do you have any brothers or sisters? Now you could answer this question by simply saying no, but this answer, even though it answers the question, wouldn't be good enough. Now I could say, no, I'm an only child, which would be better than the previous answer, but you still wouldn't get a good score with this. Instead, if I said something like, I have no brothers and sisters, but when I was younger, I always wanted a sibling. I was always a little jealous of friends who had a brother and sister as they had someone to play with. This would answer the question and show that I've developed my answer. So on to tip 2. If you didn't hear the question or you didn't understand it, don't be scared of asking the examiner to repeat it. Of course, I'd recommend that you should be listening at all times, but these things happen. So don't be shy, just ask the examiner and they'll repeat it for you. Now on to tip 3. Don't worry if you can't think of the right word to use for your sentence. Just use another word or expression and keep going. Paraphrasing is a good thing. So tip 4. Don't worry about any mistakes that you might make in the exam. The examiners will be assessing the whole test, not just part 1. So keep going and don't worry. And now tip 5. Don't waste your time memorizing your answer. You don't know what questions you're going to get, and a memorized answer will be obvious to the examiners. You won't sound natural, you won't sound fluent, so you may lose marks for this. You've got to remember, this is a speaking test, not a memory test. Now one last thing to finish this video. It's not specific about part 1, but it is still important. You need to keep in mind that across the exam, the examiners will be marking you on 4 criteria. Pronunciation, grammatical range and accuracy, lexical resource, and your fluency and cohesion. You'll need to use a variety of complex structures, show appropriate use of synonyms, have clear pronunciation and appropriate stress and intonation, and show that you can sequence your sentences and talk with minimal hesitation. And that's it for this video. I hope these tips help, and I'll see you all next time.